welterweights as we step up a little bit, and let's take a look at some of the prime welterweights of all time now. All right, the best three in the welterweight division. And the writers picked third, Barney Ross, who had a great human story along with his boxing ability in the ring.
McLarnin, wearing a shamrock on his trunks, is 31 years old. He was born in Ireland and is 6 years older than Ross, who is 25. The referee tonight is Jack Dempsey. Incidentally, this arena has a record of jinx because no champion has ever successfully defended here. This is the third meeting between McLarnin and Ross. Barney started this three-reeler going when he took the crown from McLarnin on May 28, 1934. He lost it to McLarnin less than 4 months later. And tonight, 1 year from their first meeting, Ross is out to make good again. McLarnin on the right is the shorter man, standing 5 foot 5.5, whereas Ross measures 5 feet 7. Ross, working behind his left jab, believes in the rough, tough school of fighting. McLarnin, they say, has the face of a choir boy and the heart of a killer. Look at Ross scoring with those lefts. Barney wants to get in there. He's forcing the pace in this first round and landing, too. You can see Ross is tired. Watch him lean on McLarnin while tying up the champion. McLarnin's body blows have slowed down Barney Ross, and now in the remaining seconds of this fight, they'll slug it out toe-to-toe, with McLarnin doing the most damage. Watch. It's all over, and here's a breakdown on the scoring. Referee Dempsey gave Ross 5 rounds, McLarnin 3, and 7 even. Judge Goldberg gave Barney 8, Jimmy 6, and 1 even. And so Barney Ross regained the welterweight crown, May 28, 1935.
What a fighter Armstrong must have been. He finished third in the lightweight division and runner-up as the best of the welterweights.
Barney Ross, world's welterweight champion, defends his title against Henry Armstrong in a scheduled 15-round bout. Round 1, champion Barney Ross with the white stripe on his trunks, 142 pounds tonight. Armstrong 133.5. Ross has an 8.5-pound weight pull. Ross installed the favorite tonight, 2-1. If Armstrong should win, he'll hold 2 world's titles, welterweight and featherweight. He won the featherweight from Petey Sarin 7 months before. 28,000 fans here tonight. The end of round 1. Ross takes another bad beating in round 14, and his manager pleads with him to quit. But Barney insists the fight go on as long as he can stand on his feet. Now the 15th and final round. Armstrong practically unmarked after 14 furious rounds. He's just as fast, throwing just as many punches as when the fight started. Barney lasting out through sheer courage. If this is his last fight, he wants to make his exit standing up. fight. And the end of a truly great champion.
The winner and new world's welterweight champion, Armstrong.
Henry Armstrong makes ring history, becomes the first fighter to hold both welterweight and featherweight titles at the same time.
And there he is, the best welterweight of all time, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson, welterweight champion of the world, comes out for round one in the white trunks. Challenger Charlie Fusari is wearing black. The champion began his ring career professionally in 1940, 10 years ago. Ray, at 30 years of age, is giving away 5 years to the younger Fusari. As an amateur, Robinson won the Golden Gloves featherweight title in 1939 and lightweight title in 1940. Ray's amateur career consisted of 85 fights, of which he won 69 by KO, 40 of them in the first round. Rounds 2 through 5 were very close and hard fought. Here in round 6, the champion, Ray Robinson, appears to have a slight edge in the scoring. A hard right sends Fusari to the canvas. Cavalier motions Robinson to continue the action. The fighters touch gloves. A sharp combination by both fighters. A sensational combination by both fighters. There's the bell, ending this World Championship contest. When the decision comes, it's no surprise. Sugar Ray Robinson retains his World Welterweight Championship with a hard-fought decision over tough, game Charlie Fusari. And with his victory, Robinson donates his winner's purse to the relief fund. Walter Winchell, representing the fund, accepts Robinson's donation.
Larry, Sugar Ray almost doubled the vote on Henry Armstrong. It's certainly no surprise that he was voted the best welterweight.
I think that Robinson probably was at the peak of his powers as an athlete when he was the welterweight champion. When you think that a man who was beating everybody at 147 pounds could go on and beat everybody at 160 pounds when he became middleweight champion, tells what an extraordinary athlete he was.
Now, I know, Bill, you were a great admirer of Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yes, and just to go further with that, here's a man who had those 2 titles, and he pretty nearly became the light heavyweight champion of the world. If he wasn't wilted down by the heat that night in the 14th round, he would have taken Joey Maxim's title, and it would have been very interesting to see how he would have progressed as a light heavyweight champion.